Hey everyone, one of our subscriber Ayush recently cracked Java developer interview at LTIMindtree. So he shared all the details about his interview experience and the questions to me. So in this video, I will share everything what Ayush shared to me. So thank you Ayush for sharing such an amazing interview experience. And guys, if you have recently attended any interview, please share your experience and the questions with us by filling the form linked in the description below. We will show your name, photo and LinkedIn profile in our video. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to catch more videos like this one. So now let's get started. So he basically applied through LinkedIn and this role was open for 2 to 7 years of experienced candidates. After applying, he received a phone call from HR and HR asked few questions like notice period, year of experience, expected salary and availability for the interview. Okay. Then HR scheduled his interview. So basically Ayush was having total 3 interviews. First was technical, second was managerial and third was HR round. So here in this video, I am gonna discuss technical interviews questions one by one with the explanation. Okay. So basically, interviewer asked core Java, Spring Boot database, SQL and coding questions. Okay. Now moving ahead. First question was, can you please introduce yourself? So in the introduction part, you don't have to tell detailed introductions. Instead, share about yourself in brief. For example, your name, college, total experience, current project, current organization and any recent achievement. Okay. The second question was related to project experience, roles and responsibilities. So in this type of question, just do one thing, draft everything what you know in your project and prepare. Okay. Then interviewer asked, do you have hands-on experience with Java 8 and new features? So in this question, you have to talk about Stream API, Lambda expression, optional classes, etc. Then interviewer asked detailed explanation about Stream API. Then he asked, give a scenario where you would use a traditional loop and where you would use Stream API. So the answer is very simple. For small data, loops work better. And for large data, Stream API works better. Okay. Then interviewer asked about static keyword like static methods and variables. Then asked why we have a static entry point of Java program. Means why we have a static main method. So let's discuss this. So basically static keyword is used to indicate that a particular member belongs to the class rather than any instance of the class. This means that the static member can be accessed without creating an instance of the class. And also we add static keyword in the main method so that we don't need to create object again and again when JVM calls the main method. Okay. Then interviewer asked few questions on collection framework like array list versus linked list. So the answer is very simple. Array list is a dynamic array, great for fast access by index but slow when adding or removing elements in the middle. A linked list has elements linked together, making additions and deletions quick, but access an element in slower, especially in the middle. Okay. And also he asked, give a scenario when should we use array list and linked list. So the answer is use an array list when you need quick access to items like in a product search. Use a linked list when you frequently add or remove items like managing a queue of tasks. Then he asked internal working of hash map. So the answer is hash map in Java stores key value pairs in an array where each element is a bucket. It uses a hash function to determine which bucket a key should go into for efficient data retrieval. If two keys end up in the same bucket, a collision happened. Then the hash map manages these collisions by maintaining a linked list or a balanced tree depend upon the Java version in each bucket. Okay. Then after this, interviewer asked few questions about singleton classes like what is singleton, how can we create and give an example where we should use this in our project. So basically singleton class in Java is a special class that can have only one instance or we can say object at any time. In order to make singleton class, first we have to make a constructor as private. Next we have to create a private static instance of the class. And finally we have to provide static method instance. So that's how we can create the singleton class. We can use a singleton class for a logging class that manages how messages are logged throughout our application. Okay. Hey guys, if you are not able to crack interviews, then you can check our interview preparation kit. It has helped thousands of candidates in cracking their interviews. In this, we give the job support and referrals as well. Basically, this kit has 4 parts. The first part is complete interview preparation material. This contains 16 documents step by step with practice quizzes where all the content is organized and available in one place. The second part is 2 real enterprise projects, one based in Sweden and the other in the USA. There will be video explanation, prototype source code, PDF documents and quizzes for each project. If someone already has projects, then they can take this as a reference and prepare accordingly. Third part is 7 days of chat support for all your doubts on projects preparation material or any other guidance. The fourth part is job support and referrals for the deserving candidates. Okay, I have provided the link to get this in below description. Please check out once and it may change your life. Okay, so now moving to our video. Then interviewer asked about immutable classes and how can we create same. So basically immutable classes in Java are classes whose objects cannot be modified after they are created. And in order to create them, first we have to declare the class as final so it cannot be extended. Okay, and make of all the fields final and private so that direct access is not allowed. Don't provide setter methods for variables and initialize all fields using a constructor method. Okay. And then interviewer asks some synchronization related questions in multi-threading. So basically synchronization in multi-threading makes sure that only one thread can access critical section of the code at a time. Okay. Then interviewer asks around 8 questions of Spring Boot. So I'm gonna share all with you one by one. First question was, how do you secure the endpoints of a Spring Boot application? So there are multiple ways to secure endpoint such as Spring Security, JSON, Web Token, Auth2, etc. And also explain any method in detail. Okay. Second question was, how will you reduce the response time of your API request? So to reduce API response times, we can use caching, optimize database queries, load balancing, and also introduce asynchronous processing for non-critical tasks. Okay. Third question was, how do you optimize the performance of your Spring Boot application? The answer of this question is almost same whatever I have provided for the previous one. But additionally, we can reduce auto configurations, use concurrency, etc. Okay. Fourth question was difference between controller and REST controller annotation. So controller annotation is used to make a class handle web pages. It basically returns views, whereas REST controller is for classes that handles data for APIs and automatically send data back as a response, and it's useful for web services. Okay. Fifth question was difference between request param, path variable, and request body annotation and their implementation. So this is also very simple question. Request param is used to extract query parameters. Path variable captures parts of the URL. Request body reads a whole body of request for data. Sixth question was, how do you handle concurrent users in Spring Boot application? So when we handle concurrent users by implementing thread pools, using connection pooling for databases, optimizing session management, and load balancing across multiple servers. Okay. Seventh question was, suppose in your application there are 1500 users and suddenly traffic increases to 15,000 users. So how would you handle this situation? So to handle a sudden increase from 1500 to 15,000 users, I would scale resources horizontally by adding more servers, utilize load balancers to distribute traffic evenly, and implement auto scaling to adjust resources dynamically based on traffic. Okay. Eighth question was a difference between future and completable future. So future is like a placeholder for a result that's not ready yet, whereas completable future is more advanced. We can set the result manually, handle multiple tasks at once, and do more things step by step as task finishes. Okay. Then after Spring Boot questions, interviewer asks some database related questions, queries. So initially he asked some basic theoretical questions related to indexes, stored procedures, ACID properties, triggers, and normalizations. Okay. So let's understand this. Basically, indexes speed up data retrieval, by providing quick path to records in a database. Stored procedures are SQL codes saved for repeated use. ACID properties ensures reliable transactions, and it consists atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. Triggers automatically execute actions in response to changes. Normalization organizes database tables to reduce redundancy and improve integrity by dividing large tables into smaller related ones. Okay. Then interviewer asked to write 3 SQL queries. So the main question was, suppose we have employee object having ID, name, salary, city, and department. Okay. So first sub question was, find the maximum salary of employees of same city. So the answer is we have to select city and maximum the salary from the employee tables group by city. Okay. Second question was, find sum of all employees salary based on the department. So the answer is select department, sum of salary from employees group by department. Okay. Third question was, find the second highest salary of the employee. So this is very common question. Here interviewer may ask second highest, third, fourth, or nth highest salary. So I am adding a link containing solution for this question in the description. Okay. You can check that and practice similar questions. Okay. Then interviewer asked 3 coding questions. First question was, you are given a list of string and you have to calculate the frequency of strings by using stream API. Second question was, you are given a linked list and you have to reorder the linked list. Third question was the famous question. So basically the question name is containing with most water. I'm not gonna solve these questions here, otherwise video would be very longer. I have provided the solution links of these questions below in the description. Okay. So guys, this is all about LTIMindtree interview experience, and please don't forget to check interview preparation kit below in the description.